Hello and welcome back to another FurriFingers puppet making tutorial. Today we're going to be starting with something really useful and really basic that can help you get started if you have never made a puppet before, and that is how to make a puppet mouth plate from scratch. And we're going to show you 4 different ways that we like to make them, but please remember you can make these out of anything, so this is not an exact science. This is just some helpful tips and ideas and the processes that we use to bring our puppet mouth plates to life. So feel free to pause the screen with all of the information that you'll need, and there is also a free pattern download in the description for a really nice, simple, basic round mouth plate that you can download and get started. Now, a mouth plate is really crucial because it is the basis of the entire puppet head, so it's what you're going to build the shape of the head around, and that's why it's really good to have a versatile, light, easy to use mouth plate. So for materials, you can make a mouth plate out of absolutely anything, and today we're going to show you how to make one out of cardboard, plastic, wood, and then even our 3D printed mouth plates that we make for our professional range of puppets. So as I said, there is a free link in the description for a simple mouth plate pattern. It is round, it is the same on both sides, so it's not like a mouth plate with a complex shape, an overbite or an underbite, anything like that. It is round, symmetrical, and it should be really easy to get started making your first puppet with. So that is in the description. Once you've downloaded that, you can cut it out of A4 paper and then you can get started. But if you're not downloading that pattern and you're just making up your own mouth plate, that is perfectly fine as well. Come up with your own shape, whatever works for the project that you're working on. So first of all, we're going to show you how to use a piece of cardboard for your mouth plate. So cardboard is really easy to get a hold of, really affordable. I mean, you don't even need to buy anything. It could be an old Amazon box, a cereal box, anything you have laying around. And I always think when you're getting started with puppetry, then using the materials around you is a way better launching off point than trying to buy any professional materials. So if you want to make a cardboard mouth plate with this free downloadable pattern, then this should cost you very, very little to get started. So draw around both sides of your mouth plate pattern on your cardboard and cut them out. You can use a pair of scissors, a craft knife, anything. And this is what it should look like so far. So then you're going to need a piece of fleece that is bigger than the 2 pieces of cardboard with a nice healthy gap in between them. Now this gap can be anything you want it to be, and again it will be dependent on your project. But the 2 pieces of cardboard can't be flush together because then you're going to find it really difficult to open and close your mouth plate. But somewhere around 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, something like that, just so that there is enough space for movement between the 2 pieces of your mouth plate. Now we're going to be using contact adhesive today. You can use hot glue, we just prefer to use contact adhesive in general, but you're then going to apply the glue to the back of the cardboard mouth plate. And with the fleece that you're going to be attaching this mouth plate to, it can be any colour. Again, we're just using black today because we use it a lot. It is a very neutral, very easy to see colour inside a mouth, but you can use pink, red, whatever colour scheme it is you're going for with your puppet, and then you're going to press the cardboard down onto the fleece. The important thing with contact adhesive is always that pressure, so make sure you're pressing it down really hard whilst the glue sets. Now, the next important thing for a mouth plate is going to be the grip. You want to be able to hold and pull against something so that you can open and close the mouth plate easily. So with these sorts of mouth plates, we normally include a block of harder foam. So we use EVA foam here, but you can use ping pong balls cut in half. You can use anything that you find helpful. We use EVA for this. Cut a little bit of a square shape, or you can round it off, whatever grip feels most comfortable for you, but you're going to contact adhesive that to the top and the bottom of the mouth plate, and just make sure it's something that is comfortable for you to hold on to. We'll show you in a little bit how we do these slightly differently on the 3D printed mouth plates, but for these easy beginner mouth plates, just start with something simple. Now this is an optional step, but we find it is really useful, so we're actually going to make some mouth straps out of reticulated foam and some fleece. So on this first mouth plate, we're going to use a strip of reticulated foam about the length or the width of the mouth plate, and then we're going to cut that down to size so that it is just about as wide as you're going to need it for your fingers to sit comfortably. Now we're going to cover the inside of this in fleece just so that it's really nice and soft, because sometimes the reticulated foam can be slightly irritating, and if you're using upholstery foam, which is a little bit rougher, then it's not going to be the most comfortable mouth plate. So as you can see here, just measuring the piece of foam for the grip, but again, this is going to depend on the size of your hand, so you are more than welcome to play around with the sizing a little bit. But you're going to use the contact adhesive to glue 3 out of the 4 sides of the piece of foam, and then you're going to wrap the fleece around it. You can cover all 4 sides if you want to, but you won't be touching the top side of the mouth strap, so we just use the 3 sides where your hand is going to be, and then on the 2 blank ends of the piece of foam we're going to add some more contact adhesive because that is where it's going to glue down to your piece of cardboard. So you're going to add the contact adhesive to the very edges of your cardboard as well. Once all of the glue is dry, you can press that down. And just make sure that all of the edges are pressed down really firmly and everything is in place as the glue sets so that nothing pulls apart later. This can be very sticky and messy, so just be careful. Once the glue is dry on the fleece completely, you can then trim the edges so that it fits the round shape of your mouth plate just around the cardboard. And then that is pretty much it. You have made a puppet mouth plate with very few materials. Now, that is the cardboard version, so of course that is very readily available. If you wanted something a little bit stronger, a little bit more long-wearing, then you can use plastic. You can use an old plastic folder for this, an old ice cream tub lid, so many things. Again, reuse materials as much as possible. This is a scrap piece of plastic from our Cricut cutting machine that had lost all of its stick and was ruined and scratched on the other side, so we decided to breathe new life into it and turn it into a puppet mouth plate. The really good thing about plastic mouth plates like this, the really thin bendable plastic, is you can get some cool expression with the mouth plate. So instead of the wood or the cardboard or the harder plastic later, you can actually flex this mouth plate a little bit more. You can bend it, you can make it slightly more expressive than the harder mouth plates, but you do everything else exactly the same. So you cut out your 2 pieces of plastic, you glue them onto the fleece, you give them the finger grips with the EVA foam, and then you make your reticulated foam hand strap. Again, you can use upholstery foam or anything you have available. And once everything is in place and dried, here you have your plastic mouth plate. So as you can see, there's like a nice curve to it, so you can have more of a smile. Definitely a different technique than the harder mouth plates that we use, so it's just really interesting to have a go with, try out lots of different things, and there we have our cardboard and our plastic side by side. Next we're going to move on to our wooden mouth plate. So everything, again with this, is made exactly the same, except we would cut out the mouth plate on our bandsaw potentially, or if you have a laser cutter. These will of course last much longer, and then we have our 3D printed hard plastic mouth plates. Now, we have developed all of our mouth plates for our head shapes, and we have them with the 3D printed finger grips already built into them, so we don't have to add any EVA later. We know exactly how big and how far apart we want them, and that has just come from years of practice. But to get started with, something like the cardboard or the reusable plastic is a really great option. So just have a play around, because you might find something that nobody has ever thought to use for a mouth plate. I know some people use like wetsuit rubber almost, so that you have really good movement and a really flexible mouth plate. But as with all of the ones before, the wooden ones and the 3D printed ones are contact adhesived onto a piece of fleece, whatever colour you would like the inside of your mouth to be. We have the EVA foam finger grips and the hand straps with the foam and the fleece. A nice gap in between the 2 pieces of your mouth plate as well, so you have flexibility and your mouth plate is able to hinge open easily, and everything else works much the same. So you've now seen 4 different variations of bringing a puppet mouth plate to life. This is not, again, as I said, an exact science. This is just some ideas, and these are processes that we use. So remember, down in the description there is the free pattern download for this simple round mouth plate. You can try it out a bunch of different ways with so many different materials. And happy puppet making. I hope this helped. Please leave us a comment if there's anything that wasn't clear or anything you would like more help with. None of these videos could be brought to life, filmed, edited, or posted if it wasn't for the help of our Patreon members, so thank you so much. Your support and your suggestions really do mean the world, and thank you for helping us bring this video to life. So head over there if you would like to support the show. Head down in the description if you would like your own puppet mouth plate template. I really wanted to make sure that this basics video was covered so that it would be helpful, because in the coming weeks we're going to be posting many different foam pattern head tutorials for our puppets. Just like this one, the dino head shape has already been filmed and edited. But I wanted to go through the basics of bringing a mouth plate to life first of all, for all of the people who needed a little bit of help. So there it was. I hope it was very helpful. Leave us a comment down below. Thank you so much to our Patreon members, and we will see you very soon for more tutorials and episodes of Roll for Puppet, build your own puppets, everything. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more from us. Thank you so much, and we will see you very soon.